Hi, I'm Carcina.
Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. Now, y'all know I have no love lost for Vlad. Okay, let's start that off right from the jump so you would know. Me and Vlad are not cool. Okay? That's first and foremost. Let's get that done. I don't really know. I know of Aries Spears. Don't know him. Okay? And when you see this story and hear the scenarios of everything and the people that are in play, you'll understand it a lot clearer. Because this is a situation I said was going to happen, and a lot of people don't understand why I said it was going to happen. Oh, it's not all fake. What's happening is a realization. You see, Vlad was able to get over off everybody else for years. Just come there, sit there, do these interviews, and incriminate themselves, and he gets paid all this money. Now, for years, me and Vlad had no problems. I had no problems with his interview format. I thought the other people who went up there was stupid to sit up there and say these things that could lead them going to jail. And then they would reply with, "Fool, who going to jail? Who go to jail on Vlad?" Then everybody started going to jail. That was on Vlad or dead. They would say something on Vlad, "I'm untouchable." Next thing you know, they dead next week. So we've been seeing a pattern: jail, death, jail, death, jail, death. And you start seeing the format of it, but they didn't realize only one person was getting rich, and it was Vlad. So when Kwame Brown didn't want to participate in that and said, "I don't want to do it," what Vlad would do was go get everybody else and ask them questions about it, so that he keeps his name up and asking random people who don't even know him about him. And that started this whole thing with Gail and Kwame, because he went on Vlad and started talking to Vlad about him. And that ignited into all of this, what we've been having for like 4 or 5 years. Now, when Vlad started to blow, he had, because his studio is right on what we call Corn Street, and you take the C out and put a P. Everybody over there in the Van Nuys area on that strip is where they film these adult films. And his studio is there. His California studio. So he has a lot of adult film stars that come there. And Pinky started to blow him up with her interviews. And then he had a lot of the adult film stars that started to blow his channel up before he went on to the rappers with Lord Jamal and then later Godfrey. So Lord Jamal was there first, and then it came with Godfrey, and then Aries Spears came later, but Bootsy came, and all of these people who got on there. And it was like, wow. I remember when Bootsy was on there, I didn't know what Bootsy was doing, but I'm like, why are you saying all this on this dude's platform? I didn't understand it. And I was like, somebody has to be getting money. And then Vlad says he didn't pay for interviews, which was a lie. He always paid for interviews. And once he told that lie, someone else exposed it to know that he pays for interviews. So now everybody else who was going up there, they want to get paid now. So now that dynamic flip of him getting all the money, it started to shift because of one, competition, and two, everybody knows that you pay. So now the people like, I want my money for this interview. Now, if you have smart people that come up there, they negotiate and say, okay, for this video, the rights of the video, I need to have some control over the rights in case I want to share some of this on my page, X, Y, and Z, right? Then they get even smarter and said, okay, here's my upfront fee, and whatever the video does, me and you, I get this much percent, you get this much percent, right? That's naturally how it would work. So now everything flips and turns upside down. Instead of that dynamic being the case, you don't have that anymore. That whole dynamic is gone. So when you get the truth here, you get the full truth. You know, we don't just go in there and sugarcoat things. Now, here's the situation. Art of Dialogue comes along, and this person literally copies off of Vlad's, I wouldn't say his imprint, but the way he does his fonts, it looked like it was from Vlad on his thumbnails. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? But when he first started coming around, Art of Dialogue, that was what he was doing. His video thumbnails looked like Vlad's. So it was like, I don't know about that one. So the whole shooting style was made like a Vlad video, and Art was who they call Art in his name, but he started to get popular and take a lot of views over there as more people felt better going to him than going to Vlad. That cut into a lot of money for Vlad. Cut into a lot of money. And all of a sudden you start seeing other people have platforms and bringing other people out. And it's taking viewership away from Vlad. Plus, Vlad's not packing in the interviews anymore. And a lot of people who are important people, they're not going to interview with Vlad. So they're like, man, too many like A-listers and people that Vlad would like to have, he can't get them. I mean, an entire agency, every one of their clients, they say no DJ Vlad. So that's an industry knowledge that people know. So he can't get those people. So he has to depend on people that the internet like, that the industry don't really deal with too much. And the closest he can get to that right now is Boosie. Boosie is somebody that the hood like, everybody else like. So if they're on the internet, they'll see Boosie, but they won't go and download a Boosie song. And Boosie is the guy, but nobody would go out and download his record when he released it. They won't even listen to it. They wouldn't even pull it up. It pissed Boosie off. He put out an album and they didn't even support it. But he get all these hits on Vlad's platform. But it came out that for every interview he was doing, he's getting like $25K. Now Boosie's gonna want more. When he started seeing it do millions, he was like, oh, well, I need more money. And Vlad is looking like, I ain't packing them in no more like I used to. I can't afford to pay you that. If I paid you that, I'm basically making nothing off the video. And I got a staff to pay. Vlad got staff. He got all these people that basically freelance work whenever he needs work done. He's got to pay for all of this to get it done in hopes that it does something. Now, 100,000 views for Vlad is what? Nothing. For us, that would be wonderful. But for Vlad, that's nothing. He needs that mark to be up in the 600, 700. Oh, 600K, 700K. Oh, cool. I can clip this up. I can get this going. This is where I need to be. This is where I need all of this to go. I need this direction. I need all of this to be set up. I need this to hit this mark. I need that to hit that mark. Perfect. Right? Now, here's the thing. Aries Spears. So now that you have that background, let's go to Aries now. Aries Spears, known, been on TV, did the Best Damn Sports Show. He did Different World. Stand-up comedian, did a lot of shows for many of years. Aries Spears has been doing comedy for like 30, 40 years. So now, after all of these years of doing comedy, Aries Spears, though, throughout the years, his behavior has become erratic. We saw him get beat up on the Corey Holcomb show, where they had to pay out for that. And the situation that happened prior is the fact that because of these factors, a lot of people didn't want to work with Aries Spears. He did a lot of shorts on his own, tried to branch out outside of Hollywood and make his own videos. Some of it was funny. Some of it was just lack of taste. And a lot of it is just him making his own projects and everything else. And I support Black people doing their own thing, trying to support themselves because the industry is saying no. Now, whatever happened in Hollywood, I heard that, you know, it could be true, could not be true, but drugs and alcohol and erratic behavior. And he started to spiral out of control, started to have weight gain, went through a lot of health problems because of it. That's what I heard. Now, whether that's true, don't know. But that part of it was told to me. Like, man, Aries, man, he's real, got a lot of talent. A lot of talent. Stand-up comedy is on point. But erratic, man. Erratic behavior. You just don't want to deal with it. You don't know which Aries you're going to run into. So that is what you're dealing with right now. These two people, Vlad and Aries. So now they start doing these interviews. And Aries' interviews are great. You know, like the way he goes, spinning it, the back and forth, the energy, right? It seems to be there. They seem to have a dynamic. But I know Vlad is a liar because this man sat up there and basically told a lie that was so blatant. Like when he said he doesn't pay for interviews, that, right then and there, you already know this dude is a lie. Has nothing to do with his race, has something to do with him. So now, this dude admitted that he's a liar. Well, pretty much just did, he's a liar. You know, you could pretty much tell his hair is a lie. That mop top on there and that dyed beard. Vladimir is once again playing the role. Yeah, well, both of them are. Now, Aries asking for a makeup artist is not rare. Most people have a makeup artist on the set for their cast and crew. But Aries Spears looked like he just got out of a boxing match and got 2 raccoon black eyes. So, he needs somebody to come in and do the makeup to balance it out because of his eyes. They're just black under the eyes. So he bring in a makeup crew to come in and do everything well, X, Y, and Z. Now, Aries is not what you would call a very prominent man in the industry anymore. He's limited as to what he does, what he can do, what he's willing to do. So his energy is off on certain days. Whatever Vlad was going to pay him, I'm quite sure it was contractually agreed. And he got paid every single time. The fact that he wants a raise and he's asking Vlad for a raise, nobody's going to get mad at a black man asking for what he thinks he's worth, or any man. But if the man says no, he's not obligated to pay you. Go do something that you want to do. Now, the person that made it public was Aries Spears, because he seems to be upset that he's not paying you. That's on you. And it's a bad dealings on Vlad's part. Bad business dealings. Vlad, if you're going to do this, and you put yourself in this box now, you should have an NDA done with everybody who you agree to pay. That is non-disclosure on payments, whatever salary this person got paid, because everybody's not going to get paid the same, Vlad. Why don't you have an NDA? So this tells me you're not too bright either. You're not the sharpest tool in the shed. This also tells me that when doing this, you also don't have a moral code. You don't have a moral compass. What you seem to possess is a desire to be right all the time, to pursue everything you like all the time, and everyone else just has to pretty much find their way through a figure eight or a maze to appease you. Now, Vlad, you know it's going bad when Vlad TV would never have to go on camera. When Vlad is going on camera all the time now, there's a reason behind that. Things are getting bad. Vlad over here interviewing himself. Yes, the way. So two cringeworthy weirdos found each other, pretty much. But they gave great interviews. If you listen to Aries Spears, they're great for interview. It worked. The Boosie's interviews, some of them are great, but Boosie just have a quality that just jumps off the page. With the young folks, the way he talk, all of that. Now, is he going to make any money off these ones that he's doing, talking to himself, interviewing himself by having his employee, DJ Academics, comes in there and interview with him? Because he basically saved Academics, because Academics is starting to hemorrhage with money because nobody was caring about his stuff. his podcast crap wasn't working anymore. And he realized that he's actually trash, and the people that used to listen to him has outgrown him. So now he's trying to become a gamer and all this stuff to try to stay relevant in the industry when nobody really listens to academics for anything. So Vlad, the one, brought him into the circle saying, I can validate you. And now you'll be on Twitter. Your name will pop up. You're going to be trending. You're going to be part of the industry media. And that's why the Shade Room is the only people that really report on academics, because they're part of the cycle. You know, so all of these fake people in the industry who are not industry at all, like academics, like the Shade Room, like all these other people in the game, like Vlad, they're all phonies.
Producers. Let me name you people who consistently get more views than Aries Spears.
Let's see the list.
TK Kirkland, D.L. Hughley, Faison Love,
Oh, wow.
DJ Academics,
I'm here.
Whack 100, Tony Yayo, who's going to be here tomorrow, Freeway Ricky, Gilbert Arenas, Michael Franzese, Tekashi 69. These are all people that get more views than Aries. Aries is mid-tier, but he just thinks he's bigger than he is because of TikTok clips and because he's on more often. If he
So my thing is, Vlad, why did you have to make a video addressing Aries? You've never made a video when Kwame Brown addressed you. You never made it. Kwame Brown was way bigger than Aries Spears. You never made a video addressing Kwame Brown. You never made a video addressing anybody. Now you're making videos. Now you want to make videos addressing people. Y'all don't find that as strange? Because the ship is leaking water. And what I mean by leaking water is when people have big money, they have big expenses. So when you think Vlad is like, man, Vlad getting all these views, Vlad has to hustle now. Before it was easy. Now he's really got to hustle. Things aren't looking like on the up and up anymore. This is not looking the way they thought it was going to go. And now he's seeing the repercussions of that. Yeah, it ain't lining up for him.
thinks he really is a franchise player, go to his podcast on his YouTube channel.
Yeah, like 700
Have you
views.
seen it?
No, I found the video there. It was like 700 views.
700 views.
Someone else pointed me there.
Yo, you are the big franchise player. You're the draw. You're the reason why people get memberships and all that. And yet on your own channel, on your home turf, you can't break 3,000 views. Because here's the thing, right? Aries, I'm the franchise player. I'm the reason why the lights are on in this place. But yet when you do your own platform, you flop every single time.
So you're saying he's not LeBron James, he's Bronny James.
So at the end of the day, man, you will not see Aries on Vlad TV again. And I'm sure he's going to do a whole comeback. He's going to use the racial aspect. Oh, the white man is trying to tell me what I'm worth. And this is blah, blah, blah. Go ahead, man. Do your worst. I'm cool. I'm cool. Like,
If you're cool, bro, why are you on video? You don't even be on video when you're interviewing your guests. You're off the camera. Now you're on the camera. That looks like a spiral. That's when someone is spiraling. Academics, his employee. So he's basically interviewing himself. Because as you can see, Academics is not even asking him questions. He's just talking. He's doing all the talking. So this is what it's become. This is what society has turned everyone into. He's getting interviewed by his guests now. Weird as shit. Exactly. And so it's not an interview. Will he sit there and let Tony Yayo interview him? No. Tony Yayo ain't the guy he gonna want to interview him, but yeah, he's bringing Tony Yayo back because Tony Yayo do numbers. But you got to pay Tony. Everybody who's on that show that he just talked about, Boosie did numbers. Boosie left. Godfrey left. Lord Jamar, I think, left again. Did he leave again? After he came back for the money, he left again. So you got to put this into perspective, right? For us, that would be massive, what he does now, right? But for Vlad, these numbers have to be in the 400, 500, 700, 1 million. He was used to doing 1 million on an average from one interview. Millions of views because he got so much to pay for. Houses, studios, staff. So the money that he's making is vital. And you know it's a struggle or it's a thing that's going left when his people are saying, or the people that's on there saying, I need this much money or else I'm gone. And Vlad is pretty much telling you in simplest terms, he's out here like a tour, promo tour, trying to get his name out there. That's why he's going on the Breakfast Club. He's trying to go because he knows now he screwed up by not putting himself out there. And Art is trying to do that as well, as far as being off the camera. And no one knows who Art is and all of this, trying to be, mysterious. But it's working for him because the industry like Art of Dialogue better. And we used to call it Art of Dialogue. It became the Gene Deal channel. And Gene Deal was doing what he was doing. And then Vlad started pissing off the people he was working with that mentality of I'm God complex and I'm going to cut you off. You'll never be back here. All of that hierarchy. These people got friends. Then you got mad at the Asian girl that was up there. Then you had to come back to apologize to her for blowing up because you needed her contacts and you were mad that, Mariah Carey wouldn't come interview with you. She don't want nothing to do with you. Mariah Carey just don't like you. Her agency don't like you. The agent so she's, the Asian girl is very popular with Mariah Carey and a lot of artists, and they'll interview with her, but never with Vlad. That's why Vince Staples said, nope, sorry, I'm not coming back on your show to do another interview to talk about gangbanging in my community. Sorry, not doing it. So everybody started to get up to the idea of what Vlad was trying to do, just get salacious information out of people to see which way it was going to go. Now, Aries Spears is a guy with no morals. Somebody I knew went on Vlad, and I asked him, what the hell was you up there for? Like, why would you go on that man's platform? And he said, man, he good for business. And I was like, what? He good for business. That told me that man was, his business was struggling. Then he got his homeboy on the show, said, hey, man, you can get some money. This guy going to pay you some money. Tell him your story. And he took him to Vlad. And then he got a kickback off that. So that's the only reason he did it. But I'm like, dude, you would sell out your whole integrity of everything just for some money. Damn. That's screwed up. So I remember I did something, I believe, on the Patreon that I might have pulled up here, but it was the same thing, same quality of situation. But we'll go into that after the video. Let's kind of keep it here right quick.
I drew the line in the sand here, and I stand behind it. The amount of money that I make off Aries, I could do myself in front of the camera without any of the fucking headaches.
Woo! So naturally, Aries Spears responded to that.
Zodiac is fighting it, but I'm gonna try to be a gentleman about it as much as I can. Apparently, Vlad decided to do an interview where he's taking shots at me and throwing me under the bus. And let me just say for the record, Vlad, you are a coward, a narcissist, and a hypocrite. Because I didn't even really watch the whole video, because what turned me off immediately was he started out by saying, we're not friends. You've said to me in my face on multiple occasions that we are friends. But now all of a sudden, because I asked you for a bump in pay and that pissed you off, we're not friends. So which is it? Tell the truth. And let me give you all a little bit of backstory. So basically, I called Vlad and said, look, I feel like I want a little bit of bump in pay because I know my value. You once had Lord Jamar, Godfrey, Tony Yayo, Boozy, and me, all of which many times people said were your best guests. Who's the only one left? Me. Godfrey left, Jamar left, Yayo left, and Boozy left. I'm the last one standing. And when people go, yo, I watched the show because of you, yo, I subscribe to his channel, the moment your interview's over, I unsubscribe. There's value in that. So you're mad at me because I'm recognizing my worth? And I told you I wanted to be fair. I wasn't even saying pay me what you pay Boozy, because I get it. From a numbers business standpoint, I get it. I'm just asking you to be a little bit fair. And now here's the thing. Again, you're a liar, you're a coward, and you're a hypocrite. Because what you do is you want to be seen so badly instead of just doing what you do best, which is stay behind the camera. 2 times you asked to come to my shows. One, I forget where it was in LA. I think it was Oxnard or Brea or whatever. And then the other one at the Nova Theater. Both times I gave you free tickets. And you said to me both times, yo, shout me out, shout me out. Why is that? Because it's so important for you to have the attention on yourself. And I didn't shout you out because I knew that. That was my moment. That was my time. When I'm on your show, it's both our times. So there's that. Then here's the other thing. You went and talked shit about my podcast partner, Andy Steinberg, who you befriended. Both times you came to my show. Now all of a sudden you talking shit about him? Make that make sense. And let's get another thing straight. 9 times out of 10, when you want to boost your numbers, who do you always go to? The Black community. So whether you are using us to help your platform, and I'll be real, we help each other. And I've said that. I've never disrespected you. I've never talked crazy about you. I just simply said I want my worth. But you use the Black community when you need us, and you play the Black card when you in some Black dussy. And when I say dussy, I don't mean the word dussy. I mean a word that starts with P that rhymes with dussy. Because that's who you are, gadget. And when I say gadget, I'm not talking about the word gadget. I'm talking about a word that starts with F that rhymes with gadget. You understand what I'm saying? You gadget dussy? And I'll do you one better. I'll come on your show one more time for free. You ain't got to pay me shit. And we could talk about it right then and there so we could get the truth. Because there's 3 sides to the truth. Your story, my story, and the truth. So don't be a coward. Bring me back and let's go through it. And I'll take a page out of Cannabis's book, Second Round Knockout against LL. We could get it live in front of the cameras on your own sitcom. I'll let you kick a verse. Fuck it, I'll let you kick them all. I'll even wait for the studio audience to applaud. Now watch me rip the tap from your arm. Stick you for your Vanguard award in front of your mother first, second, and third born. Have me get on the horn, call Minister Farrakhan, so he could persuade me to squash it. I say, now fuck that. He started it. He forgot what a hardcore artist is. You want to talk shit about me? The one of the best shit talkers in the game? Bring your ass, nigga. Bring your ass. Have me on. Don't be a coward, Dussy. Don't be a coward, Gadget. Let's get it on. Because you Russian, I'll do like Drago. If he dies, he dies.
Now, here's the thing. He doesn't like the fact of what he said. Now, Vlad is not going to do that unless he is downright on the last of his very last of what he got. He'll bring him back just so they can have his back and forth. But if he makes Vlad look like a fool, the video won't come out. Vlad won't do it live. So it just brings up a scenario. If people are not there anymore, it's because Vlad don't have the heart to tell him he can't really afford to pay him that anymore. And when you can't afford to pay somebody something anymore, it goes into another direction. It always has moved in that direction. Yeah, well, you know, when you move under a different thumb and you move under a different rule, there's a lot of people that get it and a lot of people that don't. But Aries Spears should not have been allowed to do that if Vlad had done his contracts correctly. If he had done his contracts correctly, he would have known to put an NDA in there that don't discuss salary. That is done in like every other professional contract. I'm baffled at the lack of preparation that was put into this. Baffled. Well, when you see people make decisions that don't normally sit with yeah, it usually don't sit with the crew and what they want to pursue. No, absolutely not. See, what you want to make sure you do is change the narrative to your ideals. Those narratives and ideals that you're talking about, you want them to be on your playing time, on your field. You know, you control the narratives. So what Vlad is doing is leaving the power to the people that's leaving. They get to say, hey, I'm not going on Vlad no more. This is why he only paid me this. I should have seen. And other people hear that, and they're gonna be, hey, you paid him that. So if I'm coming on your show, I got to get this. This limits your guests. This damages your whole brand. The Tyrese situation. Then he tried to do the same thing he did with Kwame Brown. Ask everybody about Tyrese. And all of these people in the industry are going to be talking. They have relationships with other people, clients that don't like Vlad. They're going to tell their other clients, anybody that worked for me, you don't ever go on this guy's platform. That's been going on in the industry. And it's been a stranglehold now because they see another platform they can go to. This was, he could peacock when he was the only show in town. Now that they got options, nobody's going to want to go to you. They don't like your politics. They don't like the way you deal with people. They don't like your line of questioning. When your stuff is being shown in courtrooms, it's not a good look. Yeah, because they don't really get it. Mm. Well, when you see something brutally done, it can move in a way that don't sit well with other people. I don't care which way they go. To be honest, this whole thing is a mess. It's not going to end well. The two people are two messy people anyway. So yeah, Vlad always trying to tell a black man what they were. Yeah, but that's because we give him the power. That's what happens when you decide to give people your power. He put Adam 22 on, right? And he had no jumper. And that was just another branch off of, his show, DJ Vlad. Except for Adam 22 would at least show himself on camera. So people be like, oh, hey, that's Adam 22. So he had the skateboard crew and all of these other people, but he was a weirdo just like Vlad. All these weirdos attract each other. People with this weird behavior that they're in this circle. You look at all the people, Whack 100, Adam 22, Academics, Vlad, all of them seem to be with the Skittles crew. They seem to be okay and adjacent to the Skittles crew. Like Max and Aiden Ross, all of these people who seem that the industry keep protecting because they toe the line or they're part of this sickness that's in the industry. And they push that agenda on people. You got academics in here grooming 15-year-old boys on the internet. Yeah, well, that's what happens. That's what happens when you start trying to tell a story and it goes into a different direction than what you were expecting. You know, Turk had to tell him, had to tell Vlad what was going on. You know, it's like, look, you sold him out. Yeah, well, when you really don't want to deal with someone or you feel like they're not on your level, you don't have to deal with them. So if Vlad's like, I could do that, I could make the money I made off him just going on camera by myself, then that's cool. But this all happened during the pandemic when Lord Jamar and Godfrey turned their back on Vlad because they were seeing all the money from the pandemic and thought, hey, we can do our own thing. Then Godfrey did his own thing and was doing good still. But you remember what happened with Young Blue? Remember what happened with Jason Lee? Then in 2024, the fans chose Art of Dialogue over Vlad. You know I remember. Then Marlon Wayans during the same time, he said no to Vlad. Yeah, well, that's how it goes. You become full of yourself. And once you think you're untouchable and can't nothing bother you, you the king fish of everything, this one it all goes left. I never was in the guy's way. Yeah, I never stood in his way. Because I never cared about Vlad enough. I never care. I don't care about Vlad. Like it's 24 hours in a day. Okay, unless there's something that's in the interview that's engaging or a topic that I see is something that matters, I'll watch it. Other than that, I'm not going to watch an interview with DJ Academic. Who watch that? And for what? That would be a waste of your time. A man who stay in his house all day. What is there to talk about? Well, because it's easy. That's why it's easy to disrespect black people, whether it's black women or whatever. Black men can come out. They made it comfortable where white men can come out now and start just going at them. Yeah. When you start seeing the evolution of change between artists or entertainers, they all have this togetherness. You know what I mean? Like they have this vision and they're all represented by an agent. Other people will think you're a nice person. They might agree to do an interview. Then they'll talk to their agent and he has so many clients. He can have 30 to 40 clients and they all will say no to whatever it is that you're doing. Well, when you see the process where others want to demand more because they feel like, hey, I deserve more money. In my opinion, the money he was asking for didn't seem astronomical, in my opinion. If he just wanted a little bump, I would have said, well, this is what I could do. If the video does this, this, and this, then yeah, I could pay you that. But to say, oh, look, he did his own video and he made this much money. It's not always about how much money you're going to make. I would rather make the money and give the money to me than to let you make the money off me. This will hurt you more than it hurt me. I'm okay with that, but it's a respect thing too. You're not going to dictate to me or get mad at me if Justin Timberlake told you no. You wouldn't go at Justin Timberlake publicly at all. You would shut your mouth and be a good boy. Give me that same proper etiquette, but it shows you he wants to make money off the black culture, but have no respect for it. So that tells me dealing with him is going to be a nightmare. Would I give him $300 for an interview? For what? I mean, what do I want to talk to him about? I don't have anything to talk to him about. Somebody else might have some things to talk to him about. But he says, yo, I want to interview with you. I mean, what we finna talk about? Vlad? I mean, really, what we gonna talk about? The Tiffany Haddish thing, Vlad? What can you talk about? What do you feel like talking about? They'll never understand me. I could tell it to them till they blew in the face. They would never understand it because it's not in their vocabulary. It's not in their mental makeup. If somebody don't have it in their mental makeup, it just isn't to be. Right. Come on. Talk. What happened with Eddie Down Low Winslow? Darius McCray. What happened to him? When I gave my thoughts on that, and everybody was like, man, what's going on? I'm like, dude, do you not know Hollywood is crazy? This business is nuts. And so is everybody in it. They don't understand that. They don't, no. Hell no. That's not going to be, no. Definitely not going out in that direction. He said academics recently told him everybody here because of you and not your guests. Then I guess the interview he just did would break the internet then, right? No, nobody's there for Vlad. Why would they be there for a guy they don't know because he doesn't cam up? You only know of him now because he's trying to get his face out there because he spent his entire career not showing his face. But we'll let him believe all that. There's so much going on that these people just don't understand, that they don't know. Yeah. We might put that on the Patreon. So right now, go to my Casino for Life Patreon and get caught up on everything that's blowing up over there. Get to make sure you subscribed up to that. And we like to thank all of you for coming through today. Hopefully you all hit the like button. Everybody who's super chat, cash app, which is Casino. Absolutely. So, yeah, well, good luck with trying to make himself a star in his 50s. No, I haven't seen Jay-Z's New York Times interview yet. But definitely go to the Patreon. It's on fire right now. We got the killing of Michael Jackson back up there now because of the Jacksons movie. People are running back to that documentary series. So all it's like 7 parts of that is out. And yeah, I'm gonna get ready for this live stream. And we'll holler at y'all later, man. I appreciate y'all time. And Aries Spears said something very clear there. He said there's your story, my story, and then there's the truth. So that means you ain't telling the truth. Anybody who keep talking about there's your version, my version, and then there's the truth. The truth comes from what actually happened. If you're not telling me what actually happened, you're just telling me your version, then you're not telling the truth. So you've already ruined your credibility by saying that. It's your version, my version, then the truth. Well, then what's the truth? I'm out.